day. My name is Angelo, your anchor. This is Nation Voice Tower, that preferred YouTube channel of yours that gives you updates and gives you information on the political aspect of Nigeria and outside and countries outside Nigeria, and also it updates you on how sick the polity is and the way forward. Thanks for joining us. I want to bring our attention to something that the NLC has accused the government of, and it has been confirmed that this is for real. And this is the same government that promised to put Nigerians first. This is the same government that promised to, meet up to the demands of Nigerians, especially in its first 100 days in office. But they have done directly the opposite of what they have said. And you're telling me this government is going for good? I don't think so. Okay, Nigerians are sharing one bag of rice as palliative. A whole ward in Nigeria, a whole ward in a local government area, a whole ward in a constituency is sharing one bag of rice amongst numerous Nigerians, and our legislators are pocketing millions to go home with it. Yes, the NLC have made us know this, and we would not stop talking about it. Yes, the NLC said Bola Ahmed Tinubu's government gave each legislator 100 million naira each to go home with. But they have asked hundreds of Nigerians to share one bag of rice. Is that right? This is ridiculous. Very, very ridiculous. Please pay attention. The Nigerian Labour Congress has insisted that the so-called palliatives provided by the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's administration are an insult to Nigerians, as each legislator went home with 100 million, while hundreds of thousands of Nigerians in each local government area grappled and fought with few bags of rice. In regards to this, the organized labor threatened to begin another indefinite strike should the federal government fail to meet its demands at the end of the 21-day ultimatum, which will expire in approximately 1 week's time. The Nigerian Labour Congress said the industrial action would lead to an indefinite shutdown of commercial and economic activities across the country. Speaking with the Punch newspaper this week, the National Assistant Secretary General of the Nigerian Labour Congress, Mr. Christopher Onyeka, said the federal government was very, very wrong to share a bag of rice to a dozen citizens, while it reportedly gave 100 million naira palliatives to each member of the National Assembly. Chris Onyeka said it is an insult to Nigerians, whereas the government is buying cars and houses of over 100 million for each legislator in the National Assembly. Nigerians are silent as if it were a normal thing. It is not a normal thing. Which country does that? Please let me know. Which country does that? What importance do these legislators supposed to be at the National Assembly there? Because they make laws, because they sit over policies, because they sit over plenary sessions, so they have to be paid 100 million. So what of those who voted them into office? What of those who are from their constituencies? What happens to them? Okay, so individuals are now better than the whole country, and we are told sometimes that nobody can be bigger than a country. This is not right at all. This doesn't go down right with me anytime, any day. It is not right, and it should really be exposed. Yes, 100 million naira is not a joke. 100 million is not a joke. And then you're giving out 100 million naira to legislators. You know, we heard of the first 100 million naira that they gave. We thought it was a joke. and then another one. Yes, you think this is an old one? No, this is another one. Another one. This is the second one they are sharing to the National Assembly. The first one was 70 million that was given for them to share, 70 billion. You know, that was the first one, I think, some weeks ago. This is a fresh one. Why are you giving them money? The first money they shared, the other 70 billion, came with cars. I brought you that update. And this is a new one. So what is so special? Because you want them to affirm you as the president? You want them to give you legitimacy? That is why you're pumping millions into their accounts. We have heard Godswill Akpabio, the Senate president, pronounce some money too sometime. So why are monies flying in the Senate and in the National Assemblies? And masses are suffering. Masses are suffering, so struggling to eat, struggling to pay transport money to various places, struggling to pay school fees. Nigeria is not a finished country yet, because we can actually restructure and we can actually refurbish Nigeria only if the bad eggs are flushed out. Yes, people like those in government right now, especially the federal government. Yes, they are so bad eggs that we need to flush them out by any means possible. Legal means. Yes, any legal means possible. That is that. Well, next update. Something has been happening in the University of Lagos for some time. And it is high time I beamed my torchlight. Or we beamed our torchlight or our searchlight on that part of Nigeria. There is an outrageous hike in school fees in the University of Lagos. Students were paying not less than 30,000 before. People were paying at least in the range of 35 to 40,000 naira as school fees, are now asked to pay over 150,000 naira, range coming close to 200,000 naira as school fees. How? Where do you expect them to get this money? Where do you expect their parents to especially the parents who are suffering in a country with a minimum wage of 30,000 naira? You are asking people to pay public school fees, federal schools, federal institutions. You are asking them to pay fees of over 150,000 naira. You cannot even subsidize it because it belongs to the government. So if you're asking them to pay 200,000 naira or over 150,000 naira, what happens to private universities? To that regard, UNILAG students continue to protest over a recent hike in their school fees, amongst others. What could be done about this? Please, next video on your screen will be a short caption of the students of University of Lagos while they stage a peaceful protest. And if you hear what the school authority is saying about this, you would laugh, because I don't think they are saying the truth. They are telling us that these students would not drop out from school. They would offer them palliatives. They will offer them subsidized rates of fees. And you have not done anything. You know, this is Nigeria. If you're not doing anything, we will know you're not doing anything. These students would not go on the streets and protest if you actually promise to subsidize these fees for indigenes of Lagos. Do you understand me? They will not protest. Of course, everybody wants to read. Everybody wants to. You think they want to leave what they are doing in school and come and protest on the streets because that is what they want to do? No. So there are two people who spoke from the school management in this video. I call them big liars because you can't tell the truth on national TV. I can't expect the truth from people like that, because if they are really telling the truth, they will be going against the government. Do you understand? So you can't tell me you have accepted to subsidize school fee for students, especially those from Lagos, and these children are still protesting. That means these children know the truth. They know that nothing has been subsidized. All right. Please watch this video so that we'll do more analysis after the break. Stay tuned.
It's the second time in about a week that these protesters will be coming out in demonstration of their disapproval with the increment of their school fees. They are students of the University of Lagos who are asking for a downward review of the hike. It's a rainy day, but the downpour doesn't seem strong enough to stop them. It's a walk in the rain for the protesters who defy the downpour to register their grievances.
Because they cannot fund anything.
As they march, they chant the reason for the protest. They are not alone. Men of the Nigerian police, the DSS, NSCDC and the University Security Unit joined them to ensure there's no breakdown of law and order. The students, who are joined by colleagues from other universities, say the hike in their fees did not have a human face.
A country where minimum wage is 30,000 has no business with hiking fees to 215,000. Has no business with hiking fees of accommodation to 140,000. Has no business in hiking fees of faculty to 35,000 naira. So the cost of transportation is there, cost of feeding, project, research, and everything. So to come to the University of Lagos now, you'll be budgeting at least 1 million naira in 3 months. That is in a poverty capital of the world.
The school authorities insist they are in touch with their leaders.
Let me establish that most of the people you see out there are not our students. I can tell you that, confidently, because we are engaging with our students. I still met with student leaders yesterday. So they are the ones that can represent other students.
This protest, we Nigerian students and University of Lagos students in particular are about to break the world record of holding the longest hours of protest, and it's going to happen.
The students are raising concerns that many of them will drop out of school should the new rate persist.
No UNILAG student will drop out if they come to us. They won't, because we've taken care of that. That's why we talked about the indigent package. None of them will drop out. If they see the DSA, they'll be taken care of. We recognize that we have indigent students. We've always had.
While the school management is accusing the protesters of being inconsiderate, judging by the economic realities in the country, the students, on the other hand, insist the hike is too high for a single increment. Hopefully, both parties will reach a compromise before school resumes for a new academic session in October.
Okay, those were UNILAG students there, and they will continue to protest. Yes, I would urge them to continue to protest until something is done about the fee. In fact, news reaching us some minutes ago said a particular civil society group have given an ultimatum to the UNILAG management of staff, senior management staff too, to quickly subsidize the fees of students or face charges. All right, and that is the right thing to do. You can't continue lying to these students that you will help them subsidize the fees, while there is nothing like that on the blocks. Do you now understand what I'm trying to say? So the management of UNILAG should please learn to speak the truth, because I will repeat, if these students really heard that there will be something done about their fees, they would not be protesting in this manner. This is going to be the longest protest ever staged by any university in Africa. Yes, this you can check it out. This is going to be the longest protest. Very soon, it's going to be the longest protest that has ever been staged by any high institution in Africa. And this is happening in Bola Ahmed Tinubu's regime, or Bola Ahmed Tinubu's administration. Let's hope that things get better. Yes. Finally, I have Alhaji Bala Ngilari, the former governor of Adamawa State. He's speaking about bad governance. He's speaking about, politicians, submerging the rights of the masses. Okay, politicians that are enriching themselves from the public funds meant for the people, instead of sharing these monies or palliatives to people who really need them. They are pocketing it for their families and themselves alone. All right. To that regard, sometime I had that a governor, sometime last week, a governor distributed shoe shining kits to people in his state. What kind of palliative is that? What sort of plan do you have for your people? Somewhere in the northern states in Nigeria, back in Nigeria, a sitting governor, distributed shoe shining kits for youths. Are you encouraging them? That means you're actually telling them to shine shoes and continue shining shoes. Is shining a shoe actually a job that can feed a family in the northern part of Nigeria, where people are allowed to marry 2 to 3 wives, 4 wives too? How do people think? How do these governors think? And then you bought shoe shining kits for all of them. Hundreds of youths to go into the streets and begin to shine shoes. Tomorrow, when they go into social vices, you begin to arrest them one by one, or one after the other, and you begin to tell them you gave them a means of livelihood, but they refuse to take it. How much does somebody make a day from shining shoes? A mobile shoe shiner. This is sad. This is so annoying. But I don't know why governors like this even get to enter the government house in different states. Please, I have a video for you where you will see former Governor Bala Nglari of Adamawa State. He's speaking of the bad governance and the way politicians are busy trampling on the rights of masses by eating all the money that is meant for the people. All right. To him, one of the solutions to this is that we must reorient ourselves and go back to the basics. Basics such as the country's moral values and all that. Because politicians who are doing this, I don't think they have moral values. Please, stay tuned for Bala Nglari.
Policy, everybody agreed that fuel subsidy should be. Yeah. But I asked, the question was, how do we take out corruption? Because everyone goes in there and, I mean, you see every politician who's gone into office living in opulence, and the people who elected them are wondering, how do we feed? Now they are handing out palliatives, right? Distributing. Different state governments are distributing food palliatives, but those in leadership are living in opulence. For instance, a House of Reps member was reported in the media as handing out shoe shining kits to youth in the community. Now, what they need, how is he himself living to show them that he's also suffering the impact of the removal of fuel subsidy?
Yeah. Okay. My take on that will be this. We must reorient and go back to the basic things that sustain us as a country. Morality and values. And here, really, the solution will be the GOD factor, what I call the God factor. You must bear in mind that any position of leadership you get in politics is one that, I mean, at least I know that two of the main religions, Christianity and Islam, it's a test from God. And you know whether you agree or not. For me, I censure myself and say, look, this trust that God has given me, I will be accountable in the hereafter. This is why a person like me lives with eternity in view every day of my life. And that is why all the mandates I received right from the days I went to the Constitutional Conference, went to the House of Representatives, Deputy Governor and Governor, I tried to live by that ethos. Namely, I didn't need any third party to check what I do. I censure myself, but I believe that God Almighty who created us is all-knowing, and it will be better for me in the hereafter if I live by that dictate. If most Nigerians and our religions, that is what our religions require of us, then people will begin to fall in line and do the needful.
Okay, I will not say much on that video because it's heartbreaking to see a governor distribute shoe shining kits for his people in the state, young men and women, young men to be precise, beg your pardon. Nigeria needs refurbishing. Nigeria needs a sort of new interface. Nigeria needs a new profiling, because we might end up being the least country in Africa. Even countries like Lesotho, countries like Swaziland may be better than Nigeria in a space of a short time if we continue this way with this kind of government. Yes, countries, very small countries like Djibouti will be better than Nigeria very, very soon. Little countries that are at the suburbs or at the outskirts of Nigeria will be even very soon. We may hear that countries like Somalia will begin to pull in more resources than Nigeria. Okay, that is very, very sad. I can't take this. I just wish we had an upper hand to do all these things. We would have ousted all these people from government and reinstate people who want to work, who are competent, who are capable. Please, thanks for joining us. I would urge you to please like our videos, share them. Don't forget to watch till the end because it's very, very important. Drop a comment for us in the comment section. I'm not seeing those comments, alright? Please drop a comment for us in the comment section if you like what we're doing. Okay, always just take your time and type something, alright? Then finally subscribe to this channel and then tap the notification bell so that you would always get my updates anytime I drop a new one. From my table, I'm saying see you next time. Bye.